Well, welcome back to the homestead. In today's episode, we're going to start working on our floors again. So the last episode, I was putting in the water lines from the well to the upstairs equipment room, and then a propane line from where the tank's going to sit to the upstairs equipment room. We got that done, and then the central heat and air guys came in and they put our central unit in, and we've been running that now for about 3 weeks, pulling the humidity out of the house. So I had already started installing the wood floors here in the house, and some of the viewers were saying they install floors for a living and they're very hesitant to start installing the wood floors until after the air is conditioned in the house. So I had checked the moisture level in the flooring itself and then the moisture level in the subfloor to ensure that they were within a few percent of each other, and they were. I got it down to I think an average of 3 or 4% variance between the two, and I thought I was good to go when I did that and we started installing it. But since some of you raised concerns about the humidity in the house being too high, even though they were the same between the subfloor and the flooring, that once it dried out it was still going to shrink and leave gaps. So I stopped doing the floor until we could get the central air in. But the central air is in now. It's been running for several weeks. Our humidity level has been running between 45 and 50% in the house. So I think we're good to go now to start installing the floors again. So I only have a couple of rooms here to finish up the downstairs. I've got this dining room, the rear entryway that I'm standing in, and then the utility room that the camera's in. All 3 rooms are fairly small, and I'm hoping it won't take me very long to get them done. So because they're all connected together by doorways, I've got about a 10-foot doorway between the dining room and the rear entry, and then just a standard doorway going into the utility room. We're going to work our flooring up to the edge of the doorways, and then whenever we get to an edge of a doorway, we'll extend that flooring into the next room and continue on until we get to the opposite side of the doorway, and then we'll finish the individual room out at that point. So I'm going to lower the camera down just a little bit and show you the floor that we've already got installed. All right, so you can see the flooring that was in the living room has come all the way out here to the edge of this doorway. And then we have flooring from the kitchen that comes out, and it comes all the way to the other side of that doorway. So I've got flooring that has to be worked out here, and I've got flooring that has to be worked out here, and then they have to meet up and be exactly equal with each other so that they can continue working out this way. And we've already done that for these 2 rooms, so we can just put the rest of our felt paper down at this point and continue working until we get over to the doorway for the utility room. So let's go ahead and get our felt paper put down. Alright, so now that the felt paper is down for the underlayment, I'm ready to go ahead and start putting the wood down. So we'll just be making runs back and forth until we get to the doorway over there. So let's get to it. All right, so the next row of flooring is going to continue all the way into the utility room there. And before I can put flooring in the utility room, the first row of flooring, I need to create a backer for that row. Otherwise, when the floor is down and you go to nail through the tongue, it's going to push that board back and it's going to get offline and we're going to get our flooring crooked. So what I'll do is I'll just pull a string that follows the front edge of this flooring and I'll terminate that string at the far wall in the utility room. Then we'll take a 1x4 and we'll lay it against that string, screw it down to the floor, and that way we've got a straight line that's right in line with the front edge of this flooring. So when we lay the first row of wood, flooring into the utility room and nail it down, it's going to push back against that 1x4 and stop, and it's going to maintain a nice straight line all the way through the 3 rooms there. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now you can see we've got the 1x4 down. We've got something for that next row of flooring to back into when it gets nailed, and we can go ahead and continue doing our next row. All right, well, I think that's gonna just about do it for today and for this particular video. We're real close to finishing up the last couple rooms here downstairs. I've got one row in there by the rear French door. I've got 2 rows here in the dining room. And then we've got a little bit in the utility room, and then that little half bath that's off of the utility room. And the downstairs will be finished. So hopefully maybe by the weekend I'll be able to have the downstairs wrapped up, and then I can move all the equipment and lumber upstairs and start working on that side of it. The cabinet guy came out today and got a couple of more measurements, and he said just a couple weeks he'll be done with the cabinets. And I'd like to have the floors done pretty close to the time that he gets the cabinets done, so he's not having to store them for very long, and we can go ahead and get them installed before he gets too busy. So we're gonna stay hot and heavy on the flooring and see how long it'll take, but hopefully we can get it knocked out before just too terribly much longer. So at any rate, that's gonna do it for today, and until next time, y'all just keep checking back.